Hello guys, my name is Raman Sharma and I am a developer by profession. Few months back I had problems related to networking when I was learning Kubernetes and Docker. So there were few of my queries that okay, how this Kubernetes is managing to various nodes or various machines in one network, yeah. So then I thought, okay, let me first of all understand the basic networking because that's the core of everything. So I did research on internet and then I understand a lot there. So that's why I thought that okay, let me create a video for this so that the people who are interested in this kind of knowledge, they can use this video for their reference. So in this video I am going to take an example of a company. For example, in a company we have two different departments, sales and finance department. Both the different departments are on two different LANs, basically on two different subnets. For example, sales is on a subnet 10.0.60.0 and the finance is on 10.0.70.0. Normally these two subnets cannot talk to each other, so if we want that okay, sales can talk to finance or finance can talk to sales, we need a device in between which we call it router, so that packets from one subnet can be transmitted to another subnet. But to learn these things, either you go into the environment where you will get all those Ethernet switches and routers so that you can play it, but I made it possible with the help of virtual machines. So because I didn't have these devices at my home, so I thought okay, there should be another way also. And yeah, this is the another way to achieve that goal. So here I have created three virtual machines. One is for the finance department, as I showed in the previous slide, and another one for the sales department. Both are on two different subnets. And then there is a router machine, so which virtual machine, so which has two network interface cards. So one is connecting to the one subnet of finance, and then another network interface card connected to this sales department or another LAN. So we will set up all those things, and then we will try to establish connection between two different LANs through the router. Once we will be successful with that, then we will go further by connecting it to my home Wi-Fi router so that we can provide internet facility to both the LANs. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create the virtual machine for this setup. Although I have created all these virtual machines to save the time, and but I'll give you an idea how you can create a virtual machine for this. Okay, so let's first of all to create a virtual machine. So I hope you guys have Oracle VM VirtualBox on your machine. If you don't have, then install it. Then let's create a first virtual machine. Okay, for example, you have to create a virtual machine, for example, for HR department, and the folder, and let's take a operating system as Linux, and let's take, I will be taking this Ubuntu as my operating system, Ubuntu 64-bit. Next, and then you have to choose the memory. For example, so default is 1024 MB, which is enough for us. Then we have to create a virtual hard disk, and let's create. Next, dynamic allocated, yeah, let's, or you can choose fixed, whatever suits you. And then the size of disk, for example, let's take it 10 gigabyte. Create, and yeah, our virtual machine is done. But virtual machine is created, but we need to now first have to install operating system and have to set up a networking for this. So let's go into this virtual machine and go to its settings. So this is a window for its settings. So the another thing, you have to choose it, for example, here you have to choose yeah, storage. Go to storage, and here this is fine. So here you have to choose the so for because now you have to choose the ISO image for the operating system. You guys have to download the Ubuntu image from the internet. So I am for this video I am using Ubuntu 16. You download Ubuntu 16 from, I will be adding the link to this Ubuntu 16 ISO in the description of this video, so that you can use it to download. So just select that ISO, and yeah, that's it. And then the second part is networking. So because we will be creating a network interface card for our virtual machine. So from here you have to choose, for example, here is adapter 1. You need to choose this internal network, and that's it. If this is for the one machine. Now for the router machine you need two adapters, so you need to choose the second adapter. You also need to choose an internal network. Then you will be having this virtual machine ready for you. So then click OK, and when you will start this machine, then you will be installing the Ubuntu on your machine with this two network interface card or one network interface card, whatever is required for this example. So this is the step to create this virtual machine. Now let me show you the virtual machine which I have already created. So this is the first virtual machine, finance virtual machine. Let me show you the network of this virtual machine. So it has only one adapter, this internal network, internet. And in the same way, sales machine has one network, so this one. And now let me show you the router machine. Router machine has two networks, so one this and then another adapter 2. Okay, so now my all those virtual machines are already running. So let me go to all those virtual machines. Let me first of all so let me minimize this screen. So we have these two different network, finance and sales, and then we have this router. Okay, and now let's log in into this machine. Okay, now go to the router machine. Okay, now let's open the terminal here. So let me show you first of all the network interface card of this machine. IP-addr is the command. So if you see, it has the first network interface card ENP0S3, which is also the Ubuntu 16 is basically renaming ETH0 to ENP0S3. So it is same as ETH0. So we will be using this network interface card to add our IP. And let's go to this machine. Terminal. So addr. So here also we have one network interface card. This one is a loopback, which is for the normal local host. And then let's show you this machine. This is a router machine, so it has two network interface card, ENP0S3 and ENP0S8. So now let's first of all add an IP to this machine, because these machines are disconnected, right? So if you see here, so these are disconnected. Now first of all add the IP. So what is the command to add the IP? So I have already written this command in my one of my shell script. So let me explain you what command is this. So if you see here, so this machine does not have any IP first of all. So we are saying sudo IP-addr add 10.0.60.2. so we are giving this IP number 2 to this machine. By 24 is the subnet mask. So dev, and this is the network interface card. So let's do this. Now this machine got an IP, right? So let me show you. So if you see, this machine is now having IP of 10.0.60.2, right? So now let's go to this machine, and in the same way, so we have to give a 70.2 IP to this machine, right? So all the IPs which I am giving here are the same in the diagram or a presentation slide which I was showing to you. So let's give an IP to this machine. Okay, Raman. So this machine also got an IP, APDDR. Let me show you. So okay, so now this machine has 10.0. So now these two machines are in different networks, so they cannot connect to each other. For example, if I say 10.0.60.2, right? So this machine does not know. Okay, where is the network, right? In the same way, this machine also does not know it's the another machine, right? 10.0.70.2, right? So both the machine does not know each other, right? Because they are in different LAN network. Now let's create a router, right? So that we can connect these two machines. So network. So what we have to do, so we have to in this machine we have ENP0S3 and ENP0S8. So we will put ENP0S3 for this finance network and ENP0S8 for this sales network, right? So now let's take, this is the command to add an IP, right? The same command which we used for those machines. So sudo Raman. So now this machine, I'll show you the both the IP, right? So sudo. So now let me show you the network interface card. What are the IPs? So if you see here, ENP0S3 got 10.0.60.1 IP and the ENP0S8 got this IP, right? So now let's try to ping these machines, right? From this machine, for example, if I have to ping 10.0.70, the machine in the sales department, so I am able to ping it. So this router can connect to this machine, right? Now in the same way, let me see if a router can connect to 10.60. Finance machine also. Yes, so it can connect to. Now let's see if this machine, sales machine, can connect to router, right? So ping.60.70.1, right? So because both are on same network, right? So sales machine is able to ping the router. And now let's see if finance machine can ping the router, right? 10.0.60.1, right? Yeah, so this machine can also. But now, can this machine, the machine in finance department, can ping to the machine in sales department? Let's try that. 10 dot, let's ping 10.0.70.2, right? Yeah, it is not able to, because this machine does not know how to go to that machine in the sales department, right? Okay, now let's now where is the problem, right? So network is unreachable. That means we do not have net routes for this machine, because this machine does not know how to go there. So let me show you routes of this machine, right? This is the command to show the routes, right? So netstat -rn. So there is so this machine does not know how to go to that network. So what is the way to do that? So we need to create a route for that. So this is the command to create a route for this, because we say IP sudo So in this command we are saying sudo IP route add 10 dot, if you have to go to 10.0.70. Any machine in 10.0.70.0, then you have to ask 10.0.60.1, because the router knows how to go to that machine, because router has a connection to that machine. So now let's ping again, right? So now we don't get we didn't get this error of network not reachable, but let me see first of all. So are this packet reaching to this machine? Let's see. So we will see TCP dump. We will put a TCP dump. First of all, see if the packets are reaching to the network interface card for this network, for the finance network. So this is ENP0S3, right? So if we see, we are getting the packet, but the machine is not able to reply it, right? So now let's see if the S8 interface, because the packet has to go from ENP0S3 to S8 and then to that machine. Let's see. No, so this interface is not receiving any packet. So what is the error for what is the reason behind that? That there is one entry we have to do in the Linux, so that this machine can easily transfer packets from one place to another, right? So let me show you what is the command to do that. Cat. So no, so we have to, so there is a file in Linux which is called this file. We need to change this file, sudo. So first of all, let me show you what is the value of this. So if you see in this file, it is saying 0, that don't forward IP4 packet, but we have to forward IP4 packet from one network interface card to the another network interface. So we have to change this file. So what we have to do, sudo, I'm going to change this file, right? So we need to change it to 1. So I don't know why this error is coming, but we will ignore it. So now let's so now it's changed to 1, right? So now let's put again run the TCP dump command, right? So see, now this interface started receiving packets, right? So that means this interface is able to receive the packet. Now let's put a TCP dump here to see if this interface is receiving a packet or not. CP dump -I, this machine is receiving the packet or not. So here on which network interface we will receive packet? ENP0S8, right? ENP0S8. I think I made a mistake in command. So okay, so CCP dump failed, no such divide. Not S8, S3. Okay, so this machine is also receiving the packet, but it is not able to reply it. But yeah, so then what is the problem? Our machine, finance machine, is not getting any reply from the sales machine. All the packets, sales machine is receiving a packet from finance machine. Then what is the problem? The problem is because this machine is, when this machine, the sales machine, is trying to send a packet back, it does not know how to send a packet to the finance, because its route is empty. So now let's fire a netstat command here, right? -rn. So you see here there are no routes, right? So now what we have to do, we have to set up a route here again. So what was the command we so this was the command we need to do here. So now we are going to say that okay, if you have to go to any machine in this network, then ask 10.0.70.1, which is this router, And dev enp0s3 is the network interface card name of this machine. So now it's done. So now if you see, we started getting reply from that machine, so that means our ping is successful. Now let's do the ping other way around. So ping 10.0.60.2, right? Okay, good. So both the machines are now able to communicate with each other, right? So this is how the networking works behind the scene, and how the routing works. So if you see, um, now let me see, first close this. Now netstat, so minus rn, I'm doing something bad here, netstat minus rn. So if you see here, we have put the route that, okay, so if you have to go to any machine in this network, just ask 10.0.70.1, which is this router, and we have put a route here. If you have to go to any machine in 10.0.70.0, then ask this router 10.0.60.1. that's why this machine has two network interface card connected to two different subnets. So that's how the networking is behind the scene, and how the routing and all those kind of things work. So I hope that I was able to explain the things a bit in more detailed manner. Yeah, and maybe in next video I'm going to show you that how to provide the internet to both the machines. So these two machines does not have internet right now, right? So we have to provide an internet to these two machines, so that they can also access the internet. So thank you very much for your time. And yeah, so if you are interested in knowing that, okay, how the internet we can give to internet to two different LANs, then please watch my next video.